Welcome back to GP Outdoors. So you know the old saying, you don't know what you don't know until you know? Applies a lot to this tractor. It's my very first tractor, as you know, never driven a tractor before, and I found over time that a lot of things are just things you got to learn from experience over time. I really like the B2601 because it had a number of different features that a lot of other tractors in its class didn't have. But one of the most important ones I was attracted to was the fact that it had two PTO shafts on it. Of course, it's got a rear PTO, but it also has a mid PTO. So I can run the mid PTO by itself, or I can simply run an implement off of the rear PTO. And on the B2601, I can also have both PTOs running at the same time, operating two different pieces of equipment. So naturally, I had all kinds of visions of grandeur that after I got this tractor, I was going to be able to do a whole bunch of things at the same time and be a little more efficient. I thought maybe perhaps I might choose to buy a belly mower, and then I could get a broadcast spreader for the rear, and while I'm mowing the grass, I could drop grass seed behind me. Or maybe I could drop fertilizer while I'm mowing the grass. But the big ticket for me was the idea of being able to clear the snow out of that driveway and sand the big hills all at the same time without having to make multiple passes over and over again. It's a long driveway, as you know. So with the front blower hooked up to my mid PTO, that left my rear PTO clear for a nice broadcast spreader to spread my sand and salt. And I was pretty excited the day I brought it home and hooked it up to the back of the tractor. But that excitement petered out pretty quick. After I'd filled it up with sand, headed up the driveway, turned up the PTOs, revved my throttle up to my 540 position, and found I was sending sand 40 and 50 feet into the forest instead of 6 or 7 feet into the driveway behind me. The blower, as you know, has to be run at full throttle right to that PTO red line, whereas the sander can also operate at full 540 RPM, but it's sending the sand a long way. In order to get the sand to stay in the driveway, I have to run at low or idle throttle so that the spinner on the back of that broadcast spreader is not spinning as fast, and therefore the material is not being sent as far. Until about 2 weeks ago. Although in the past I'd had a number of really good suggestions from a few subscribers about possibly welding in some deflector plates, I had a really simple suggestion. I removed the distribution vanes off of the spinner plate. And now at full throttle, sand or the material will come out of the hopper, hit the plate and spin, and it'll only go about 5 or 6 feet, which is perfect for my driveway. So at last, the final piece of the puzzle. Now I don't have to creep up those hills really, really slowly in idle in order to spread sand. I can run at full throttle, clear snow, drop sand, and drive at a reasonable pace and get the job done. I think it's time to head up the driveway and let's sand those two big hills. Hope you'll stick around with me. Cheers.
Gotta get out of this dangerous land. If my hand stops shaking, I'll try a little more giving now and a lot less taking. Oh, I'm just a broken man, trying to live with an open hand, find a better way. Lean down and stranded on the darkest sides of love, a long way from the sun. My heart was fractured like the sidewalks where I changing hands ever since I was a younger man, and I need a better way. with a little bit more listening, a lot less saying. I used to be a wandering man. It made me a lonely man, so I'm here to stay. These city lights are shining, and these east city lights are blinding.
Well, I'm pretty happy with the result. I'm able to drive in medium gear, get through the driveway at a good speed. Sorry there wasn't much snow to blow today, but we've had so many snowmobiles through this driveway over the last 2 days, they packed the snow down pretty tight. But otherwise, I'm happy with the solution. If you like the channel, please click subscribe, hit the like button, and if you want to know when I'm posting more videos, just click that little bell. Have a wonderful week with your families. I'll see you again on the next one. Cheers.